Thank you, members. I'm going to speak to our reserves and the capital aspects of what's in this budget. And to start off with, we have been able to maintain our $1 billion inflation and stabilization reserve. So we still have that for future needs as well. We've been able to use some of the money that we have in our set aside to increase the projects and so forth, and I'll speak to that in just a minute. Our savings reserve, we've plussed up in the second year by $125 million. That gets us to a balance for our rainy day fund of over $4.8 billion. We also have our state emergency response and disaster relief, our CERTIF, which is our disaster reserve. We started off with a balance of $874 million. We add a little bit to it. We spend 276 out of that, and it still leaves us a balance of $735 million in our CERTIF fund for hurricane disasters. Otherwise, we have provided $5 billion for capital improvements and retiring existing debt. This budget also provides $2.8 billion over the biennium for water and sewer infrastructure, wildly popular program where we've been able to the fiscal health of the state to provide additional help to our local communities to provide good drinking water and sewer services. I'm going to speak now to the SCIF, which is your capital related projects and so forth. In here, in this budget, we provide over $5 billion of appropriations to much needed capital. $2.6 billion the first year and an additional $2.4 billion the second year. And over a 4-year total, because capitals run longer than that, we've got scheduled to provide over $6.2 billion worth of support. And all of that is debt-free. None of that is adding to the debt. And in fact, in this budget, what we do is pay down our debt service. To give you a perspective of that, since 2016, our outstanding debt at 2016 was $6.5 billion. Our outstanding debt now is just over $3.5 billion. That's a 45% reduction in 7 years in our outstanding debt, while continuing to provide over $6 billion in investments in our state capital. On K-12 construction, last biennium, we had a record of over $1 billion going to fund K-12 construction, repair, renovations, all of that going to locals through grants and aid. This year, we provide an additional $909 million over the last 4 years, the last 2 years plus the next 2 years. We will provide over $2 billion going to K-12 construction to help our local communities in their much needed capital for their schools. And with that, I thank you and ask for your vote for the budget.